The Sooners back on the field and back inside the Everest Indoor Training Center as spring practice resumes after a week off for spring break. Today we take a closer look at the running backs and a duo of running backs returning for their senior season. Brennan and Damien combining for nearly 1,600 yards rushing last season, but this year hope to bring much more to this team than just their production in the backfield.
They understand, and it's just part of growing up and maturing and what's expected of them, and I think they see how they can help the younger players, and they do such a great job in coaching the Alex Rosses and the David Smiths and the Daniel Brooks, because I can't constantly see everything that's going on. So those guys are helping me in those situations as well.
It's huge. You got to be, especially senior year. Last year I stepped up to the plate as a junior, became one of the leaders, and it's just continuing to. It's an ongoing process. Doing everything right, taking care of the little things, and it's a big situation, and you got to be able to take upon that leadership.
I just want to be more vocal. Show guys, we can be serious, but we can have fun at the same time. Nobody's just for themselves.
With you and Damien both returning, obviously lots of production from last season. How exciting is that to have two guys returning like that?
It's truly a blessing for us, man. We both kind of piggyback off one another. And, he make a big play, I make a big play. We go back and forth, and we just like to compete. Do anything we can for this offense, and continuing to like I said earlier, become leaders, and helping this offense out.
Oh, as you can see, at practice, I had a long run and Brennan went right in, and he did the same thing. It's like a competition thing, but it's not a competitive. Like I'm not trying to beat him and he's not trying to beat me. We're just feeding off of each other. And that's what you have to do. If you want to be great.
Well, it's good. It's really good. Obviously. On the flip side of that, I'm sitting here thinking I've only got these guys for one more year, and then you got to start playing some younger guys, and those guys have got to get a lot of reps and get better. But you got guys like Damien, who's been tremendous since he's been here. He's really learned the system. Brennan Clay, Roy Finch, Trey Millard. Those are four guys that's been here and been through the fire and know our system and know what's expected of them, and you don't have to coach them a whole lot.
Guys, the younger guys, how have they impressed you this spring, and what's kind of stood out to you about them?
They've got a lot of ability. It's just more just learning the system and knowing the little things. In certain situations, I'm constantly trying to let those guys play on their own, let them learn a little bit on their own instead of constantly always being out there telling them what to do, trying to force them to be able to be guys that when they're out there on the field, they got to make plays on their own. But they're coming around.
I'd say A-Ross is doing a great job. Little Daniel Brooks is doing great. Sooner Dave, all the youngsters are, they're catching on finally. They're getting the plays down and they're learning, and they're steadily, in the playbook and doing what they can.
I think a lot of people are interested in Alex Ross and how he's doing. He's an Oklahoma kid. What have you seen out of him this spring?
Oh, Alex, he's a competitor. He likes to compete, and he likes. This is his type of environment. He's from here. This is where he wanted to go, and to see him on the field, he's a natural person. Everything he does is natural. Like he works hard, but he's a natural athlete, and the more work he gets, the better he's gonna be.
What do you hope that this running back group accomplishes over spring practice?
Just to get better. Fundamentally sound, blocking, receiving. Knowing the play calls and doing everything we can to be able to protect that quarterback. That's our main goal.
The Sooners return to the field on Wednesday when we'll go inside practice with new defensive line coach Jerry Montgomery. Be sure to keep it right here at Soonersports.com for all of your spring football coverage and updates.